Yeah, I'm in the same spot because I had to lay out a lot of stuff here, so you're gonna get some squeaking. Anyway, who can guess what I took apart? Look at all the interesting pieces. So I took apart a recliner. The only thing I have left is the metal reclining frame, and it basically took me quite a while. You can imagine, with all these different screws and bolts. I'm pretty good at doing stuff like this because I've taken so many pieces of furniture apart. I used the big waste management garbage can. It's for leverage. So when you're talking about doing something like this, always wear eye protection. I like these Microflex powder-free nitrile examination gloves. By the way, if you blow into them and inflate them briefly before you put them on, it works better. Speaking of gloves, you have old gloves that, here's a hint, that have holes in them. Well, you can cut the tips off, and look what you can do with an action figure. You can make a mask, cut some islets. I didn't take time to do that. You can use for a hat. If you have, I found this in the street, part of a cloth-like glove. So you can cut the tip and make it a little hat, post-apocalyptic look or military look or whatever. A couple more hints while I'm on hints. The main reason people get frustrated with Sharpies is because they either have it like this and so the ink drains down, or like this so it kind of pools on the bottom. So what I do is I made this thing out of a water bottle. There's some pebbles in there, and you put it always with the cap down so the ink flows down, and there you go. Also made this. It's a magnet with the bottom of the, and you can put your screws in there. And so what do you get when you take apart a recliner? Well, let me show you what you get. You get, wait a minute, how are these? Oh, key point. After I took all the wood apart, it's basically untreated wood, so you can burn it. I burn it in a fire pit, and that's why you get this nice look. Here's something that wasn't burnt and something that was burnt. So these in particular, these joiners, they're nailed into pieces of the plywood, and so if you try to pry them off, you bend them all up. So you burn them and just use a big magnet, like my magnet here, and you gather up all the screws and the staples and everything. You can straighten the staples and use them as rebar. It's nice because they get all twisted when you're taking them out, and it doesn't take much to straighten them. So here's different sizes staples, and you get all these cool screws. Here's some more. Just over here. These things. Yeah. Then you got different kind of fabrics. Cool. I even found this label which indicates they used second use wood for the plywood pieces. And so what's interesting, when you burn wood, like in a fire pit, there is iron in the wood, iron oxide, because the tree, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
From 14254840928.
I don't know who you are, so I'm going to decline because you can leave me a message. I'm on vacation, man. So yeah, so what I've done is dried a lot of this stuff and ended up with iron and ash water. See how it separates. Uh, ferric oxide dust, and I got more dust here. Just put it on my big aluminum, smear it on there and let it dry. So that'll be magnetic, and you can use that to weather things and so on. What else? A couple other hints is over here. This was my area when I was doing all those pictures, my artwork. Say you have double-sided tape. Well, it's so sticky it'll pick up. So you just use an old rattle can top, hold it. Duct tape, same thing. Only take off half the label or the packaging. There's my notification of a voicemail. And when I was doing the glass, cleaning the glass, I had a black towel, put the glass on because you could see if it was clean when it had a black surface. Another hint, don't go cheap on Velcro. I ordered some supposedly 3M. Velcro was fine, but the adhesive was useless. So get genuine Velcro. I got this at Lowe's, and you won't regret it because the adhesive is better. The Velcro, that's industrial strength. What else? So here's my area where I have all my sifters and everything. Here's my various paints. By the way, the caps are so hard to get off. Well, you can take the cap to WD-40 and put it on there. And this one in particular is black. And when you're using generic paint like this, where the labels are all the same, see the black top? You know you got, wait for it, flat black. Another little trick. You want to get industrial strength adhesive. This Super 77 by 3M, awesome. Just make sure you put it upside down and clean it after use. You want some good glass cleaner? Well, this is self-proclaimed world's best, and it is really good. Sprayway, got it at Lowe's. If you use alcohol to clean, don't go cheap. Get the 70%. Get the 91%, because that means there's less water in it, which is what you're looking for. So, look at all the fiber fill I got. Polyfill, I should call it, from that one recliner. I also took part of it and used as cushions for my lawn chairs. So I really recycled that. And I'm actually going to take my grinder, my cutoff tool, and cut the whole frame in half so I can throw it out. So, what else did I want to hear? I took notes. That's about it. Yeah, just be careful when you're doing it because it's easy to pinch your fingers. So I say, I wore a pair of mechanics gloves. So when you're working with glass, wearing a pair of nitrile gloves will save you from cutting yourself on the edges of the glass. And I'm kind of random here, but also wanted to show you what I got from my jeweler friend. You know, he provided those lights that look like nozzles, if you remember. I'll show you. For those that haven't seen that video, lights on. So these, he's giving me all these. This is several batches of those he's given me. And Oh, my daughter restored this. It got damaged in the flood. It had actually gone up to the glass because of the wicking of the water. But she restored it. It's almost perfect. So I'm really happy about that. She's talented, my number one. So, acquisitions. I got at Michael's. Look at these. Do-it-yourself ornaments. Hey, you have me do it yourself. I paid like $1.40 for all these. They're just clear glass. And what could you do with them? Oh, endless possibilities. By the way, I'm going to do a tutorial both on signage and on whips. How to make whips. It's coming up. It's a little tease. This is how my mind works. I had a bunch of clips and I said, okay, put them together and make a sculpture. It looks sort of like some kind of motorcycle. Found these. These are from my hot tub. Thinking of trying to put them over lenses and see, what kind of effect I can have. But here's what I wanted to show you. I should make a separate video. I'm so excited. So, 3 things my jeweler friend got me. We ripped into it. I haven't even picked up the garbage yet. So, this is a pin vise. And I probably will do a separate video on each of these, but I'm excited just to show them to you. So, a pin vise used by the jeweler. The little pins go in there. And you can use them as internal. You put the pins inside or external. It's totally awesome. This I did get, spoiler. And here's a jeweler's vise, and you are supposed to carve into this to make little, indentations and jigs and stuff. He explained it all to me. This one brought tears to my eyes because this was his original jeweler's saw, and it's really fine quality. He showed me how you put tension on it like this when you're putting the blades on, and the blades are super small, and one was a spiral one so you can go around, but there's like 10 blades right here. So he gave me all these different kind of blades, and he said one of the practice things they did in jewelry school was to take a penny and cut around the inside lip of it and then around Lincoln's head. That's awesome. I said, isn't it too hard to cut? He says, well, the modern pennies have zinc, which is softer. They're not like steel pennies. And you can actually dissolve the zinc, put a little hole and then put, I guess, some kind of acid in there, and then you get a hollow copper-clad penny. Copper's so thin, though, it just kind of, it crunches up like those foil gold doubloon chocolate candies. Yeah, so anyway, so that's totally awesome there. So that fiber fill, speaking of my diorama and process, sometimes, something happens like that recliner just broke, and I said, I'm not going to try to fix it. It was a found object to begin with, so I'll just take it apart. And then I got all that polyfill, and I said, I could do a cloud with the flying cars above the cloud bank, and then the cityscape, which I'm working on over here, underneath. So sometimes, things just work out that way, and you end up with a new idea. And I was feeling bad because I have neglected it so much. What else did I get? Oh, at Value Village, I got this weird thing, which I'm not sure. I haven't had a chance to look it up, but it's got, I'm bringing in the light here, it's got ball bearings, and it looks like some kind of mechanical thing that actually makes all kinds of cool sounds. Paid $4.99 because Like Mike Wolf says on what you call it, American Pickers, time to get it is when you see it. So isn't this weird? But it makes all kind of cool sounds. It lights up. And if anyone knows what this is, like I said, I haven't had a chance to look it up on the internet, but you can let me know. So I think that's about all I have for you today. This mishmash of various and sundry things. Look at those springs, man. Some kind of cool railroad train-like thing. Oh, the ideas that flood into my addle-pated brain. I think I got a big thing of Velcro, too. That was really well built. Look at the cool brads. This was holding, you know, the brads. All kind of cool stuff. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop rambling. My next project is, whoa, is to avoid getting shot by the Death Star or whatever that thing is. Yeah, this is my custom paint, and I'm gonna do the door jamb up in the man cave. I found this, never used it. It's supposed to fit any vacuum. That would be cool in my shop. So I better stop because I'm just rambling, and it's unfair to you. So for this odd thing and all the junk, found objects galore, I'm out.